Liberals attack Trump's "I hear you" note, but here's one thing he did that they missed by Alicia Rich Politics, U.S. News from AdWorldNews.com. While President Donald Trump was holding a meeting with some of the survivors of the Florida school shooting, liberals spotted that he had written "I hear you" in his notes, and they immediately attacked. However, while they were busy disgracing the nation's president, here's the one thing they missed. During a listening session held at the White House, President Donald Trump let the students, families, and teachers from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School take center stage to express their concerns. However, during the event, Getty Images photographer Chip Smodeville took a photo that captured a few of the president's talking points, which he had written down on a note card. Like always, liberals attack like vultures, right? Claiming that President Trump has no real empathy because of 3 words they saw in his notes: "I hear you." There were a total of 5 talking points, but not all of them were entirely visible in the photo, according to Pix11, and had a little bit of research. Some of the prompts included: what would you most want me to know about your experience? What can we do to help you feel safe? Resources, ideas, I hear you. Okay. As soon as the anti-Trump crowd saw what he had written, they immediately began to attack him for being insensitive, even though he didn't appear to use the visible prompts. Instead, he listened and cast a tender tone, but this only infuriated his critics even more. "We're fighting hard for you, and we will not stop," Trump said. "I just grieve for you. I feel so. To me, there could be nothing worse than what you've gone through." He continued, "Thank you for pouring out your hearts because the world is watching and we're going to come up with a solution." Sadly, liberals didn't hesitate to say some nasty things to and about our current commander-in-chief at Trump's listening session today. For him to have to write down "I hear you" as one of his notes is kind of troubling, one social media user wrote. Dotard needed notes on how to listen. Photographers captured Trump's notes from his gun violence listening session number 5. "I hear you," another tweeted. Okay, one Twitter user brazenly said President Trump of the United States can't just be empathetic, has to have it written down. Okay, one darling individual comprised another note card for the president that read: "1, look like you care. If it helps, think of them as teenage beauty pageants. 2, a cheeseburger and a Diet Coke await you. You can do this. 3, pretend that you are not a sociopath." I mean, listen to this. Listen to this. Personally, I don't think the notes were there because he needed to be reminded to be empathetic. President Trump knows that these people have just been through the most tragic and horrifying incident of their lives, and the last thing he wants to do is hurt them in any way further. His emotion during the event was pure. In fact, he was only brief moments before, and he chose to have no teleprompter. As he sat there hearing the grievances of these broken individuals, he just listened. When he did talk, he asked those in the room what they want him to know about their experience and why they think what they think needs to be done. As Inquisitor reports, he was genuinely asking and gave them nothing but his respect in return. Thankfully, several other social media users saw right through the typical liberal outrage and defended the president. Why do they need a debate? Can't we just have a national moment where the survivors talk and we all sit and listen to them? Don't they deserve that? And wouldn't we all benefit from it? Like Trump notes say, "I hear you," Joyce Aline tweeted. during Trump's listening session, he had a thing of notes and what he was going to ask people. And of course, the left is attacking him for that. And Twitter user said, "I'm so sick of the way these gross liberals treat President Trump. They don't give this man a break. What more do you losers want?" Twitter user Dave pointed out the obvious problem with the left's outrage, stating, "Literally, for generations we've watched late-night hosts use these same notes. Nobody ever zoomed in for a gotcha moment. The reason it's being done now is because Trump is a threat to CNN and the hashtag fake news, hashtag Trump notes." Sure. You know, it's time people stop focusing on Donald Trump's perceived faults and start using their energy to come up with a way to work together as a nation. Can you imagine the progress that could be made if the left put the energy they used to look for fake problems with Trump to actually look for solutions to real issues? Regardless of whether they approve of what the current president is doing, he is here for several more years. Until he's gone, it's time we all start doing two simple things, namely, show respect for one another and make America great. And right now, note cards are the least of our worries. And you know, I wouldn't have, Obama never gave anybody the time of day. I think Trump gives too much, he gives people too much of his time and compassion. Basically, that's what I think. You know, that's basically what I think. I think he gives them too much time. It's an hour long. Let's just skip in front.
Happened, and I was born into a world where I never got to experience safety and peace.
The only thing that troubles me is, why is Trump always giving that hand signal? He always sits like that, and it's like weird, you know?
There needs to be significant change in this country because this has to never happen again. And people should be able to feel that when they go to school, they can be safe.
Okay. We feel we should be safe. Yes, you should be safe. Let's hear.
The kids talk about when they bring up legislation, you want to have impacts. You're not bringing up legislation that doesn't have a positive impact. And what is the positive impact of having legislation that stops assault rifles, bans assault rifles?
Yeah, that's the whole goal. That's why this was all set up like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole purpose of all of this, you know?
One thing we have learned is how to connect.
Yeah. Anyway, you know, who wants to listen to this crock? Believe you me, I wouldn't give them the time of day. They're only out for blood. They're set up. This is a setup, basically, and the other idiots just follow along because, you know what the thing is? They'll be like outcasts from their other classmates if they don't, you know, say the same things about Trump. You see what I'm saying? It's just such a joke. I wouldn't give him the time of day if I was... I'd go play golf just like Obama did, and he was the greatest president ever, right? You know, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.